What's up? So if you guys are new to the channel, this is Unwrecked, where I fix up normal cars because I just built this big garage and I'm broke as fuck. Ooh. Where'd it go? So yes, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button if you like what you see. If you don't, maybe not, whatever. So currently I have been working on this Grand Prix. I thought I had a coolant leak. I think it had a coolant leak that was already fixed and the area was not cleaned up because I still don't have coolant dropping off the engine. So what I have done, I did remove the coil packs and get them out of the way and everything, but I want to start this car up and get it outside so I can spray it down with engine degreaser. What we're going to do is spray in this area right here where you can see the coolant. Then we'll get in some of these valleys, and back here, that valve cover has a little seep to it. We're just going to spray everything down. I temporarily mounted the coils back on here and put the ground on this stud. So they're just sitting on there. I don't know if it's going to get a good connection or not. We'll see if it'll fire up, but it's currently raining. I'm just going to get the front end outside so I can spray this down, and then we'll roll it back in. Alright, so I just blew my air nozzle through and got most of the water out that was sitting in like the intake valleys and stuff. And I'm going to let it run for a little bit so it can steam off, get rid of all that extra water. And then I got it really clean down in there where it looked like the antifreeze was. So that way we can tell, you know. I'm not guessing if it's a leak or not. In the future, we'll look and see if we have any coolant here. But I'm going to let most of this steam off for now, and we'll let the thing cool down, and I'll check it later. But this episode, we got body work to do, and supposedly this is leaving, or I have a lot of people that want to come look at it, and there's one guy, he's serious, he wants to come buy it, but I don't really want to do the body work with it sitting in here. So if I have a potential buyer, and hopefully he's waiting for me to get the cat in to get it on, and it hasn't come yet. Rock Auto is slipping. Normally their shipping's fairly fast. I ordered it Friday. It is now Tuesday, and I still don't have it. So hopefully tomorrow. I think my GoPro is going to be here tomorrow, so we can test footage on that. That's going to be cool. And but anyways, if the car is still here, then I'm going to cover this thing up with a tarp because I don't want to get dust all over this thing. And the same with my motorcycles and stuff. But they're clean right now, and Bodywork just makes everything dusty. Also want to note, I can tell that the upper intake, lower intake gaskets were changed. And also this thing has green antifreeze in it. So, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it actually has green antifreeze in it. So, the antifreeze has been changed. From what I'm seeing, the water pump was replaced, that elbow was replaced. So, typical maintenance on one of these engines for how many miles are on it. So, you know, that's good to see that, you know, that somebody was keeping up with it and not just neglecting it. So, I am currently setting up my GoPro 7 Black. Check it out. Thing's pretty sweet. I'm not going to use that just yet. I kind of still want to use my DJI. That's not why we're here. A kid just drove 2.5 hours to come look at the Lancer, so I was fairly certain that he was interested in it. Oh, hi.
You want some turds?
We're going to cut that out. Anyways, get your brownies out of here. So he drove 2.5 hours because I ordered a catalytic converter for the Lancer. What I didn't know was I didn't actually order a catalytic converter for it. I ordered a service where they restore it. So it was the only thing listed on Rock Auto. I thought it was just a cat. It had a picture of a cat. I was just like, I'm just going to go ahead and order it. It was like $200. So I went through with it. I'm sitting there waiting. I was checking my Rock Auto. I'm like, there's no tracking number. I don't understand what's going on here. But I told the kid, I said, it should be in this week. Just looked today and I noticed that it was a service and I have to send it in. And there's a 5-day turnaround. So it's going to be a little while. And I told the kid, I said, listen, it's going to be a while, but there has been a lot of people contact me this week. And I said, I don't hold things for people because I've been burnt before. But I said, if you want to come put a little bit down on it, then I'll hold it for you. So he drove 2.5 hours just to come look at it. And he was going to test drive it. And I had it parked in, so I was trying to get it out. And he was like, don't worry about it. I'm okay with it. So I had to go out and rip the cat off right now so I can package it up. I'll probably ship it tomorrow. But I sprayed everything with PB Blaster, put it on the lift and stuff, and it's ready to go. So let's go out there and get that thing off. All right, so we got her up. I do not know where all it attaches at. I sprayed everything with PB Blaster. I can't say that word. I'm going to work on getting this off. We'll get all these heat shields off. I did spray, which that one dried up already. Sprayed everything with PB Blaster. We'll get to work. Alright, so I'm having camera difficulties. So we switched over to my new GoPro. You can probably see the microphone wiggling around out here. Anyways, how do you go about shipping an 8-foot piece of pipe? I got it off there. My memory card, I think, is going bad for my DJI. Is the one I was using. Is 128 megabytes. Or yeah, 128 megabytes, 128 gigs. And anyways, it kept shutting off on me. So I switched to my other one, and it's kept shutting off on me. And I was using the same the same SD card. So I think my SD card's taking a crap on me. But you can look, you can get the whole shop in here. Hold on a second. I want to switch it to non-wide view. So yeah, I got this thing off here. I had already put the order in, and then I canceled it because I was like, well, crap. I cross-referenced part numbers, and the front wheel, every time I looked them up, all I was getting was front wheel drive for these. For the freaking, yeah. Bruh. All I was getting was front wheel drive for the cats. So, I cross-referenced them, and they're the same part number. So, this should fit the front wheel drive. Well, there's a stipulation there. All the ones I was finding online for decent prices were 2008, 2009, 2010. From 2010 to this year, they changed the design, and it's different. So the one that they list online for a decent price will not fit this car, unfortunately. So the one that is listed for this car is $1,000 some, and I am not paying that kind of price for a cat. Okay, so this cat service stuff I got.
From what I'm understanding, it's Davico Manufacturing. They're in Massachusetts. First to market prototype service. So basically, I'm thinking what I paid for was shipping to come back, because to ship that 8-foot long exhaust, 30 pounds, I boxed it all up, put foam around it and everything. It was $154 to ship that thing there. So I'm thinking what I paid is to ship it back. But basically, you guys that have 2014 Lancers or whatnot are going to get better deals on cats because nobody else makes them yet. Direct fit for this car. And I'm thinking that's what this service is, because I had to sign the exhaust over to this company. They own it once they get it. So they're going to be sending me a brand new one that they prototyped, they made. And then they'll manufacture them and then they'll sell them online. Yes, I could have bought an aftermarket one, but it makes it difficult because the cat itself has the O2 sensor bung in it, and the O2 sensor goes into the side of the cat. So the aftermarket ones I was looking at didn't come like that. I'm sure there probably was one, but I didn't want to try. I didn't want to rig it up. So I just went through this service. So I am going to have a prototype version of the first cat, aftermarket cat, for 2014 Lancer SE.
Come here! How you doing? Oh yeah, I haven't seen you today. Yeah? Stella, how you doing?
Just got home from work. It is Friday. I need to get the body work done on this Grand Am. And if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of talking weird. It's because this whole section of my face is numb because I just got done at the dentist. I had to fix a filling. I'm going to throw a tarp over the Lancer. Right now, it is catless. Not like me. I have 2 cats. I want to cover up everything so the body dust doesn't get everywhere. And I have primer, and I was going to sand everything and get everything primed, but it's very humid out right now. And I opened the garage door and I thought about it. The garage is not humid right now. It's actually cool because of the concrete being cold. And it feels really good in there. It almost feels like air conditioning. So I shut the door again, so hopefully it's not humid in there because I don't want to be priming with it being real humid. But anyways, this is the point where I'm going to switch from this camera to GoPro. Right now I have it on 1080, 60 frames a second. There's so many different resolutions I can do, but I'm going to be switching back and forth between these cameras. I thought I was having a problem with the DJI, and it was just my memory card, because it's working fine now. But
Stewie likes the GoPro, don't ya? Don't ya? Oh no!
I just covered the door on this. I don't want the interior to get any worse than it already is. This I completely covered. And motorcycles I got pretty well covered. 4-wheelers, no big deal. What I'm going to do is I got 120 sandpaper. I'm going to use my power sander there and get this down to bare metal. You see what I'm looking at here. And then sand these 2 small dents on here, and then I'll hit this too, which I need to remove this badge.
Let me fly, I've got my hopes, but I can hardly see why I'm still chasing. It's not worth it for me anymore. Crashed and burned 100 times, I'm lost. I just can't let this go. Every last chance I had is gone, but I just can't let you know. I just can't let you know. just can't let you know.
I am expecting to have to add more to this because I didn't really look at how it was still bent after I sanded it down. It's pretty close to shape, but we'll see once I sand it. It's kind of a weird shape. If you look at this side, it's got slope in every direction. So it's really it's gonna be hard to reshape that. I'm gonna do my best to at least smooth it out. It might not be perfect compared to this, but I don't want to have any like lumps here. These ones I got filled in pretty decent. I put a little extra on that one just to be sure, so I won't have to do it again. This one looked like it was about right. I'll probably end up having to add more. Every time you think you have it right, you normally have to add more putty. And in this one, I added a little extra, so it should be pretty good. As you can see, I can't feel the pinstripe anymore. I sanded it out, and then I had it had tape stuck to it right here that was old and dry, so I just sanded it off too to get rid of it. All right, so two things. I didn't go to the gym. I decided to do some of my body work before I went. I am gonna go now. This putty mixing plate here from Harbor Freight, I don't know what I was thinking. Cover that before you mix anything on. I had a heck of a time getting it off of there. I really had to scrape, and yeah, so cover this up with like I don't even know what you use. Paper. Just use paper or anything to cover it. Then I did my body work on all these. This panel is good. I am going to go over it with glazing putty and make sure that it, fills in all the little pits and stuff. Same with this. This one's good. The hood, if you can see right here, see this bare metal spot. It's raised up right there. So I need to go around here and tap this down with a hammer, with a body hammer, and then put more putty over top of it so that we can get that area down and then get it smoothed out. I'm just gonna go around and tap on this. And hopefully, that actually already, it already feels like a smooth transition just from me tapping it. I'm gonna get it down a little bit further just because I want to get it down to where the putty actually covers it. So I'm gonna work on this a little bit. I'll get back to you guys in a little bit. I went to the gym. Nothing changed. But what I want to do is mess with some of the settings on this camera just to see how it is. You know how I like my slow-mos. DJI has an automatic slow motion setting. This doesn't. It just has different frame rates that you can do. I always run my videos in 60 frames a second, so I'm going to try the 120 and the 240 and see how it looks. And this is all 1080. I thought about bumping it up to 2.7K to see, even after I downgrade it to 1080, if it looks better. I don't know. But we'll capture some of this in slow motion. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I still need to scuff this whole door. I need to scuff that whole fender. And I gotta mask this and just scuff a section right here after I get this all smoothed out. And I'm also gonna prime it like I did with the rest of it. Alright guys, back in the garage for the last day of Bodywork. I went ahead and did a little bit. Finished off this hood and primed it, which the primer needs a little bit of time to dry before I decide to start sanding. But I'm going to hit these sanded areas with 320 on these, just lightly, wet sand. And then I'm going to jump over to 600 and do the whole door and the whole fender. And when this is dry, we'll do 320 and then 600. But I'm only going to do like this area right here, because I don't know how much Jerry wants me to sand. I don't know if he's going to blend it the whole way up this line, or if he'll just blend it across here, or what he's going to do. He'll probably, honestly, just go the whole way up that line, so you can't tell where it's blended at. But nevertheless, I'm using my DJI camera for these kind of scenes, because I think the video quality is a little bit better on these. I don't know, I could be wrong, but we'll see once my video is up. But for these scenes of me working, I'm going to switch over to the GoPro. Alrighty then. So we got the bodywork done. Here's the hood. As you can see, it's faded, out so far. Fender is completely done. Cleaned that up and primed it down along the bottom. You don't see that part, but it had some surface rust I cleaned up, and I just threw some primer on there. But it's plenty scuffed. I took it and washed it. Man, it's smooth.
Oh, behave.
I did a wonderful job there. So, and then the doors out here, I left it outside. I was just spraying it down. It also looks really good. It looks shiny because it's still wet. But I have a dilemma. I can't load this stuff up and take it out to Jerry's right now because my truck bed is filled with pieces of drywall because of finishing the upstairs. Monday, the mudder's coming and finishing all this. I think he said Wednesday or Thursday he'll be done mudding, and then we're painting the upstairs. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Here are our paint colors. Okay, so 5 of these are white. One of them is this. We're going to do the side with the doors and the windows in that color with white trim, and then all the other walls are going to be white. It's going to, set it off a little bit. But, yeah, there's the off-white we used. It's just white, basically. So, and a lot of people had a misconception. They think I'm going to block all of you. No, this is just people that feel like they have to announce their departure like they're an airport.
This isn't unwrecked airport here. If you're gonna depart, go ahead and depart. You don't need to tell me about it. I don't care. But if you do feel like you need to, I'll block you. And then you can never come back. Once you're out,
You can't come back.
but we've come to the end of this episode. I need to go dump some drywall off and get these parts out to Jerry. And really do not know what else I'm gonna get into. So I can't tell you what the next episode is gonna be because I do not know. Hopefully the cat comes in this week and we can throw it on here and get this car out of here. And if this leaves, we're gonna go do a Copart walk around. Guys, if you haven't yet, down below this video, there is a shelf with all my merch on it. Thinking about updating it because not really selling much right now. We're gonna maybe put some updated items on there this week. I don't know. I'm gonna try. We'll say it that way. But anyways, if you guys like this video, go check out some of my other videos, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode of Unwrecked.